All right, friends, today we are going to work on our paper cutouts like Henry Matisse. He is a very interesting artist who used, well, he was a painter in the beginning, and then towards the end of his life, he became very ill and was confined to a wheelchair. So he started what he would call painting with scissors. So he would have these paper cutouts and make these really interesting shapes and create art that way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, I have some different colored cutouts, shapes, and I want you to use your scissors very carefully. Work on your cutting skills and cut out the shapes. I'm gonna try and keep it on the black line here. But if I go in and out, that's okay. I'm just trying to practice my cutting. Notice I'm holding the scissors with one hand, the paper with the other, and I'm kind of twisting my paper back and forth to follow the line, okay? So I'm gonna first cut out each shape, and I can have 3 or 4 of them. Right now I think I'm gonna have 3. There's one. And actually what I'm going to do, because I don't like seeing this black line here, I'm going to flip it over. Beautiful. I'm going to come to my green one. Now this green one's interesting because there's some holes in the middle. So I can either leave it all one thing, or if I'm clever enough, I can figure out how to cut out that shape in the middle. And I will show you how to do that. Ready? I'm going to fold my paper just a little bit. Snip just like that, and then I can slide my scissors through and I can cut out this shape. Now I can leave it in there if I don't want to cut out the middle, or I maybe want to cut out one of the shapes, or I maybe want to cut out both. It's totally up to you. Okay, put those aside. That aside. And so what we're doing is we're using paper to create a work of art, which is called a collage. When you take other pieces of paper to make something new or something different or a new picture, okay? It's called a collage. Okay, here's my last one. If there are some extras, maybe you could do 4 pieces. Okay, but I think I like 3. I'm gonna flip this over. Okay, so now before I decide where I wanna glue my pieces down, I can move them around, figuring out how to arrange them. So this is actually called composition. Composition is how things are arranged on our paper. And I could also use something called overlapping, right? That's when this piece may go on top of my pink piece. Let's see. I kind of like it. Maybe they're not overlapping and they're all just close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these down how I like them. So what I like to do is trace the edge with my glue and then get a little in the middle. And I like to hold it down, spread my fingers, and count to 10 inside my head so I don't bug my neighbor. This just really assures that it's glued down really well. Okay. Come do my blue piece. I'm gonna trace all those little fingers. I just want to make sure I'm evenly spreading my glue across. I don't want anything to be falling off. I have this. Maybe I'll overlap it just a smidge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then my pink piece. We'll put this maybe right underneath. Counting to 10. Okay, make sure I put my glue stick back the top on. Okay, and then for the final part or detail today for our collage or our paper cutouts is I'm going to use my crayons and I'm going to add some details. So I have all this empty space all around. Now I could continue cutting out shapes and gluing those on, Or I could use my crayons to add some, I want to keep going with this same color, to add some outlining or patterns, or what else could I add? Shapes or different lines. So I've got tracing that, but maybe I'll come out with some lines. So now I'm just trying to utilize my whole space with some crayons, maybe some polka dots. And I chose to use green around my green, but you don't have to do that. You could use whatever colors you want. But I want to make sure I'm using my whole page. And I'm going to keep with that same idea, and I'm going to use my blue around my blue. And I'm going to outline it here. I might not make it go all the way in. We'll make it look kind of like an arrow. Maybe this one will have some little lines coming off of it. Kind of looks like eyelashes. But I can do whatever I want. I keep this going with some pink. Okay. Let's see. Oh, maybe this one will have some spirals coming off of it. I love spiral lines. Okay, so now I'm looking and it looks pretty good, but look I have this huge space over here with nothing in it. So two things I could do. I could go get another paper cutout and add to it, or I could start filling it up with more patterns and lines. Let's add some of that green. I think I'm just gonna keep it simple and only use these three colors. Maybe I'll add a pink spiral in here like it's over there. Add a green line that way, blue line this way. So look I'm actually making a pattern. Okay, so now it's nice because that space is all utilized. It's all filled up. It gives something more for everyone to look at when they're looking at my art. Let's see, let's put a little polka dot on this side. Okay, so same thing over here. This side's pretty open. I might add a wiggly line. And then I might add some blue, little tick marks. Okay, so it's totally up to you. And again, you can use any colors you want. It doesn't have to be the same colors as your paper cutouts. I just chose it to be that way, which is perfectly fine too. And then I'm using my kind of similar color crayons. You can use any color crayons you want. I might rotate it a little bit. Ooh, it looks even interesting that way too, doesn't it? So that's what's cool about this, is you can have different compositions just by rotating your paper, right? How about zigzags? Coming right out of my circles or my polka dots. All right, so I am looking for you to have your whole page filled up with your paper cutouts and some lines, shapes, and patterns. Okay? Let's see. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna do green. Green, green, green. All right, I think I'm maybe one more thing over here. What about another pink spiral to kind of balance it over here? Spiral, and I'll add a little spiral. All right, so there is my Henry Matisse inspired paper cutout. All right, I can't wait to see what y'all come up with.